Hey guys, how's it going? Onage here, and welcome to a new iRacing video. Yes, indeed, a new iRacing video. It's been a long while since I last made one of these. Reason for that is that I just haven't really played enough iRacing. I hope we'll get onto that in this video, and I'll talk a little bit about it anyway. This is the GT3 series, and we are going to drive the RUF, the Porsche RT12R, I think it's called. And well, it's a pretty full field here. It's around the Interlagos track, a beautiful track here, especially in these cars. I really enjoy them, and I haven't done qualifying though. We're starting, I think, in something like 18th place, quite a way down the field. Anyway, as I said, I haven't done any qualifying as the formation lap is on the way. Simply because I just, didn't feel like it. I enjoy these races where I start from the back and where I work my way up through the field. That's really what I enjoy. I like battling with other cars, but obviously you have a big risk at having a collision in turn 1 or the first sector or the first lap in general. Anyway, we're gonna go here and get through the grid here and complete the formation lap. It's a rolling start, so nothing fancy there. As you can see, we are right now in engine map 2. I'm not really sure at this point whether I carried enough fuel. We should have enough fuel though. I went with a safe amount of fuel, I think like 56 liters, something like that, 55 maybe. And also in this formation lap, do not waste any fuel, just to be sure. Wait, we're going to start here. So we see a few BMWs. I'm pretty much surrounded by BMWs. We can see a McLaren up front as well though. Not any other Porsches, I think. So we are the only Porsche in this surrounding. I see one up front there, and another one, so there are definitely some Porsches in here, but currently I'm being surrounded by BMWs, and there's a bit or a few McLarens up front as well. Anyway, we're going to start the race here, so a rolling start. I do not really know the process anymore in iRacing, and it's been such a long while since I did a race in iRacing. Anyway, we're gonna go here. I do not really know how this will go, so I'm just gonna play it safe here, make sure I don't do anything stupid. As we see the pace there car there coming into the pit lane, so here we go, and we're green. There we go. So the race is underway right now, and let's have a look down in turn 1, see whether there are any crashes. Obviously taking it really safe. I did not want to be caught up in any kind of incident. You can see here going around the outside, having the inside line for this corner then, and making it all safe round there. There are not a lot of incidents, I think, so that is very good to see. Not an incident at all, I think. I think we dropped the position though. We are almost down in last position, but obviously let's keep it safe. I know I have a good pace, so well, first of all, let's keep it clean and then settle into our pace, our flow, see what we can do. As we see the car on our left hand side, that's a very bright BMW coming by, and at this stage I did not want to drive in last place, to be honest. I felt like I was a little bit too cautious, so we're gonna go and settle into our flow, our pace as said before, and try to attack a little bit as well now. So here we go, around the outside here. It's a beautiful track here, great nature in the middle sector, because I'm on the inside right now and I take that position, so that's a position gained. Obviously I'm right now in engine map 1. As we have a little bit of a correction there, almost hit the back of the BMW. You have to be careful, obviously do not want to make any kind of contact. And there we go. So I felt really confident. As we see a car on my inside, I have to be careful. I felt very confident in this race, around this track really in general in this car. I felt like I had a good, decent setup, but also one which was quick enough to, well, to be in the top 10 at least, probably even higher than that. Currently we are in 17th place, it looks like it, so 19 cars in total driving at the moment. Okay, make that 20. We are in 18th at the moment, as we see Patrick there going for the inside. There's another BMW going for it as well, and he goes way off the track there, and he spins. Okay, the bright BMW spins. I'm pretty sure I left him enough room. Anyway, here we go on Patrick now, car number 16, and too far back to do anything at the moment. As I said, just play it safe at the moment. As we see someone spinning off, just play it safe. Maybe some other cars will crash as well. It's a half an hour long race, so it's a long race. There can happen a lot of things, plenty of things can happen, so make sure you keep it clean. So car number 16 there, very close to car number 20. As we go on the inside of car 16, left the wide open, he will left the inside for the next corner, so he'll be there, taking a different line. I'll still around the outside. I'll have the inside line for the next corner, but I cannot, you know, keep it stick or make it stick around the outside, I should say.
All clear, all clear.
So car number 16 keeps that position. Still at the back of the field though. I'm driving in last place at the moment, but it's about where you are at the end of the race and not at the beginning of the race, obviously. So the reason why I took such a long break from iRacing is I didn't enjoy it. I didn't feel like doing races. I just didn't enjoy it, and it's hard to really point my finger, but I think part of it is, you know, it's very expensive. You pay for a lot of things, as we see a yellow flag. Someone spun, that's a BMW, that's not a place game then. Anyway, we're gonna attack. I'll come back to that subject later because we are going to attack now first. Already got past Johan, car number 20, and now again on the back of car number 16, Patrick here. He will defend the inside for the next corner, which is a left-hander. It's a beautiful corner. You can go for the undercut here. You can also go around the outside. Let's see what I do. I go for the outside. It looks like car number 16 having the inside. Getting to get past at the moment though. Back in the slipstream for this little straight here, heading down into the double right-handers, going uphill. He leaves the door wide open on the inside. Oh, a bit of oversteer there, but keeping the car in control on the inside here for the next corner as well. This is what I mean by the nature of the track, by the way. It's really nice. He will have now the inside line, so we are still side by side. And now I have the inside line yet again for the next corner, so I should be able to make this move stick. Let's have a look. Yeah, indeed, I make the move stick. So that's another position gained, and now we need to focus up front and attack a little bit more. This is the point where you start to settle into your pace, settle into your rhythm, your flow, and just, you know, catch up to the guys in front and open up the attack. Anyway, coming back to the point, I feel like this game is so expensive, and I feel like I never get the prize out of it in terms of fun, entertainment, good racing, you know, stuff like that. I don't feel like I get back what I pay for it. You know, it might as well be due to the fact that I play some other sims, you know, Assetto Corsa, R Factor 2. Those are very good sims in my opinion as well, and I do not need iRacing. I'm happy with those two sims which I play usually. So it's very hard to really, for me, point my finger. Also, sometimes this game doesn't really feel right to me. Let's just put it to the fact that I sometimes don't enjoy it as much as other games, and sometimes I have a period, there's way too much curb there. Sometimes I have a period where I feel like, you know, I want to jump into iRacing, and I'll jump into iRacing for 2 weeks, and then I get bored or something frustrates me or whatever it is, and I, you know, jump back into another game. Okay, well, fine. If that works for me, I guess it's good, but obviously it's not good for you guys, as there's been an incident up front. Need to avoid that, an incident on the apex. Now entering the next corner, and the BMW spins behind me. Looks like we have made contact, judging from what's standing in the top of the screen, and I get the blame for that, I think. Not sure, I was on the inside there. I must have tapped him with the side of my car, and it must have started to spin him out or something like that. Wow. Anyway, climbed another few positions, that's for sure, but not the way I would have liked to climb these positions. Obviously there was already an incident as well up front, so I was lucky to avoid that because it was right in the apex of the corner. So we see some smoke there. We see some smoke up front then. And McLaren spun. That's another position then. McLaren spun off the track. Should be in P12 right now. Starting to sneak up onto the top 10 really. We have car number 8 in front of us. Battling with a Porsche, it looks like. Or it aren't really Porsches, are it? They are RUF. A RUF. Let's actually pronounce it the right way, RUF then, or RUF, whatever it is. But I need to pick up the pace now, close the gap to the cars in front of us. I think there are like 22 minutes left, something like that. Now one thing which I really don't like about iRacing is the penalty system. I do like it, I like the idea, I think it's good because it, you know, it provides safer racing, I think, here and there. but I'm more talking about the track limits. Sometimes you keep, you know, your tires perfectly within the white lines and you get an off track. Sometimes you go way off the track, way beyond the white lines with your tires, and it does not count as an off track, you know. Where's the consistency? I mean, I do not like that part. There's the Porsche, or the roof, sorry, the roof there is really slow. He must have had a very poor lap. We take him then as well. Doesn't mean we are in P12. I think so, 131.8. That's a okayish lap. My PB is 0.6, I think. So not doing too bad at all. That was a pretty good lap. So we skip a little bit ahead. 17.5 minutes to go. Just put in a 32.2. So that's a quite a consistent lap time. We see a lot of BMWs up front though battling. There's also a McLaren there up front. And this is good, you know, they are battling. I'm in P10 by the way, because some more cars spun around. And now we close these guys down. So this is for P6. You can see the McLaren there as well. That is P6. We are currently in P10. So that wouldn't be too bad. I think I started in like 18th place, 19th. So it's not too bad considering well, our first lap really, because our first lap didn't go too well. Our first couple of minutes, I should say, didn't go too well, but now I've started to really get my own pace together, and doesn't look too shabby at the moment. So what I noticed with the Porsche, it is very good in the middle sector compared to other guys. I don't know whether it's just my driving or the Porsche itself, but it seems like it has a really good front end, very stable, and I take generally a different line to the cars around me. We'll see that through this race, and I'll mention it as well, but I generally seem to take a little bit of a different line, as this BMW didn't have a good exit. Oh, this BMW definitely wants the slipstream, the car on my left hand side from the car in front. You know, I sense that this guy is pretty aggressive by doing that, and you know, I want to keep it safe here, so I don't want to be really involved in this battle. You can see here braking quite early. I don't really want to be involved in this, you know, keep it safe and make the move where I can. This is an opportunity because those guys made contact, and car number 7 spun another car around there. That is car number 19 probably. No, it isn't, not sure. So it's not a position to help with. You know, if you can stay out of trouble, you can gain so many places during these races. We almost go off the track there and do not want that. We've already had an incident, which means we have 1 penalty point. That's how I will call it, a penalty point. Don't want any more. Obviously, you want a good license in iRacing. I'm currently Class A with 2 point something, 2.2, something like that. Let's keep it like that, or you know, even improve it. So let's have a look at the lines here. He goes right to the outside there. I'm taking a slight different line every single time. This corner is very difficult. I'm a little bit paranoid of that corner, to be honest. I have had so many times that I go through there in the 3rd gear. You have high RPMs, your rear tires are starting to spin. So we are very close behind car number 7. The rear tires are starting to spin, you lose your rear end. And I've spent so many times there that I do not dare to go full throttle there, definitely not. I would rather play it safe. So you go on the outside of car number 7 here, entering turn 1. Or the 50-meter board is your braking point, so we brake down and slow the car down. But he takes the position, he goes a little bit deep, which means we'll have a better exit here out of the Ayrton Senna S, which is the first corner on this track. And now I'm in the slipstream, gaining and gaining up front. You can see also a battle between the McLaren and the BMW. So as long as they are battling, we might close them down as well as we go. Head down into turn 4. I think there's another Porsche who spun around on the inside here of car number 7. He keeps it on the outside though, and he sticks it around the outside. So that was my attacking maneuver, but he defended it well. So we head down into the double right-handers here. There we go. Now let's have a look. Let's have a look here. So this corner, he goes much more to the inside. I rather go for more of the undercut, as there's been more smoke and another incident, another position. I think that there has to be like P7, P8 already then for us. McLaren in front managed to make some contact with the BMW, cost him some time as well. So we're closing down on this BMW or this McLaren as well. And now you can, as a driver, you know, make a choice here. or I'm going to attack the BMW really hard, pass him and go to the McLaren, but risk that, you know, we are going to battle really hard and lose some time to the McLaren. Or I can just sit back here, hope that the BMW is quicker than the McLaren, let the BMW close down on the McLaren, and then attack ourselves as well. Seems to be I cannot wait though, and I go for the attack here around the outside. Berger on a 50-meter board, again down to third gear. And on the outside, but I think he has it. Yes, he has indeed. And now I get heavily compromised for this corner here, for the exit of this corner. That's just the nature of the track, really. It's very important to have a good line here around this track. It's quite a technical track in terms of racing lines here. Sometimes you need to compromise one corner to open up the next corner a bit more, and so on. So we have a little bit of oversteer there. Maybe the rear tires are starting to overheat a little bit, starting to wear. So that's the first oversteer sign for us in this race, pretty much. Once again, coming through the double right-handers behind this BMW, but not able to do anything yet. But look at the position we're in, P6, and we have visual on P4. Look at that. The BMW brakes quite a bit on the entry of the corner. That is definitely not my style. In that corner, which is pretty much a hairpin, generally take a lot of entry speed, have low mid corner speed, and then cut back to the apex and get on the throttle, so you have a good exit. That's usually my line through that corner, but it does look like the BMW has that line. He rather, you know, has a tight line, hence the reason why he braked on the apex. I generally let it roll a little bit more. 11 minutes to go. Once again opening the attack on this BMW. Let's see, but I decide to back out of it here. I decide not to attack really that hard. You know, we are closing down on this McLaren, which is good. Oh, the car number 7 though, going a bit wide. Oh, having an oversteer moment there, almost losing it on the entry of turn 3. That was a shame, because otherwise we would have been side by side there. I would have been on the inside for turn 4. Now I'm behind the BMW, having to brake early as well, otherwise I will just bump into his rear, obviously. But wow, having some oversteer moment there. Sometimes when you are too keen with the throttle on the exit of that corner, it really causes some oversteer. It's hard to really feel it in the wheel, in my opinion. So you know, it suddenly just snaps on you, I should say. And well, it's up to you to correct it then. It's very easy to lose it as well. Luckily we corrected it though. Also, when you're in the slipstream, so very close behind a car in front of you, it feels like you suddenly drive with 3 or 4 clicks less rear wing through that corner. It's so easy to lose it. Oh, almost stabbed the rear of the car number 7. That definitely lost me some time. I braked at my normal braking point though, so it seems like this car is just braking a little bit early, or earlier than I do. But in the meantime, close down on the McLaren, and with 8 minutes to go, it seems like we have a good battle here in our hands. Car number 8 is 3.6 seconds behind me. Fuel is looking good. 8 minutes to go. I say battle is on. The fight is on here for P4. It's a little bit of a shame that it isn't for the podium positions, because that would have been very nice as we slow the car down. And oh, I tapped the BMW. I tapped the BMW. He spins around. A lot of penalty points for me there. Up to 6 penalty points. And I have to say, they were deserved. Those penalty points are deserved. I straight away apologize here, because that was my fault. To be honest, I did not brake later than I would have done normally. I just braked nicely at the 50-meter board, which is what I usually do. And I felt very bad. My only excuse really is that I braked at my normal braking point, but it shouldn't be an excuse, because the car from behind is always at fault. And you can see here, having almost cutting that corner, I was quite what's the right word here? Was quite disappointed that I did that. I just took him out. It's gonna cost me some safety rating, I think, as well. I just took him out. I have no other words than that. I just slammed into his rear. He spun around, and I think that's the word. I felt guilty. I felt really bad about that. But yeah, I try to forget it. 6.5 minutes, you know, you still need to race, and we are now in P5, but definitely not the way I would have liked to be in P5. As you can see here as well, braking now much earlier, like 30 or 20 meters earlier, after I tapped this BMW, because I do not want to tap the McLaren as well in front of me. See that, just wiggling my wheel a little bit. That's what I mean with the slipstream, you know, you suddenly have a lot less downforce on your rear, but boy, I felt really guilty after that. Didn't feel good at all. Little corrections here, a few corrections been on the exit as well. A few corrections on the exit as well. You can see the podium places there, I think, so they are quite a long way ahead obviously, so I do not see ourselves finishing on the podium unless they make a mistake, which I don't see happening. P4 really is the maximum here, but let's see whether we can get at with 5 minutes to go, 5.5 minutes to be a little bit more precise. Here we go. This is, you see the different line here as I close right up on him, as the engineer is telling us we have a car stopped on the right. There are yellow flags as well. I may not overtake the McLaren because of the yellow flags, but is that P3? Is that a podium position? We'll have a look at it soon. First of all, we are going to attack the McLaren. No, a little bit too far back. Then focus on the exit here. Get on the throttle right now. Not really what I wanted. And it's indeed a back marker, unfortunately for us. It's not the podium positions or anything like that. It's not third position, so it's just a back marker. I expect him to move out of the way anytime soon, which he seems to do so now. Oh, but I still felt really bad. Where do I brake? See, 50 meter board. I slow the car down, able to slow it down nicely, no problem. So it's not like I brake too late in my opinion, you know, but I should have seen it coming. And it's not good, as you can see there. Again, a few corrections on the wheel. I think the tires are starting to get a little bit old there. You can really notice that. But with 4.5 minutes to go, you also need to be careful right now, you know. Do not spin the car around right now. That would have been, you know, it would be so bad if that right now happens. But at the same time, you need to be aggressive because we want to overtake this McLaren. I mean, you never, at the end of the race, want to think, as I have a little bit of a look here down the inside. This is my opportunity. I think braking very late. You can see there the rear end snapped on me on the braking around the outside now of the McLaren. He will have the better exit probably. Has to go way too deep, obviously, way too wide, and the McLaren takes me back. I decide to go again at it again because he leaves it wide open over the curb there. Try to avoid him. Now side by side into this left hander though, into this left hander, but I'm on the outside though. So very hard to overtake, and I indeed cannot overtake there. Next opportunity is at the straight here. Get early on the throttle, but I have some oversteer. The car doesn't really want to do anymore what I really want in terms of throttle. At the same time, car number 8 behind us is starting to close us down. You can see him in the mirror there, the black BMW. That's car number 8 and P6. So I need to overtake this guy as soon as possible, really. I know he brakes pretty early. They didn't really brake that early that time. But I brake pretty late. As you can see, the McLaren going very deep here. This is my chance, going for the undercut here. Now very good in his slipstream. Here we go on the exit. The car does not oversteer, does it? Oh, it does a little bit there. I had to back out of throttle. That's a big shame because we lose some ground to the McLaren thanks to that. Up to turn 4 now. McLaren brakes really late. Cannot do anything here. Bit of oversteer yet again. Starting to struggle now with the car. And I have to let the McLaren go yet again. 3 more minutes to go though. Time is running out indeed. I might have to wait for a mistake from the McLaren, but I doubt whether the McLaren is going to make a mistake with 2.5 minutes to go. Look at the BMW as well. I mean, we might have a really good battle in our hands here. Again, taking a different line here through this corner. You can really see that sometimes I just need to correct my own car because the driver in front of me just takes a different line. And I have to compromise my own line as well thanks to that. Short shifting up to 4th here. Do not want to lose the rear end of the car. As I said, a little bit paranoid of that corner really. Goes downhill very easy to lose the car. Once again braking so late, almost tapping the McLaren. It would have been something if I tapped another car and spun another car around. Luckily we do not do that. Car number 2 then. Just a few more minutes to go. 2 more minutes to go actually. Time is running out and we really want to have that P4. You do not want to say afterwards, you know, after the race, Aston McLaren leaves the door wide open yet again. We go on the outside here, going for the undercut then. You do not want to say at the end of the race, you know, I could have done better and I could have had a position higher. I could have been in a position higher. You always want to maximize, and the maximum is P4 here. So let's still try to go for it. Picking up the slips from here, going on the inside, braking late, and this is my chance. And I take the chance here. The McLaren will have a better exit, so we still need to defend for the next corner. Here comes the McLaren yet again, picking up the slips from as well, heading down into the double right, and they're going for the inside here. He has to go around the outside, not gonna happen though. Brake late here, and we take the position then, definitely, I think. Yeah, that's the position. Going a bit defensive here as well, go for the inside so he doesn't dive bomb me or whatever his plan is. So that's P4 then. P4, we really won it. I had to be a little bit patient. But luckily I didn't do any stupid things, you know. Sometimes you can feel like you're running out of time. You get aggressive and you do a stupid thing. And that's really what you know, looking at myself, I think I've started to grow up a little bit more within iRacing as a racer, you know. Maybe a year ago I would have, you know, been really aggressive and desperate to overtake that McLaren, and we might have crashed, you know. But I feel like in iRacing at least, you know, I'm a little bit more patient, stuff like that, a bit more relaxed as we go here across the line to take home that 4th position. Then in the end, you know, I drove away from that McLaren, so we really had the pace on that McLaren.
Great job, driver.
So I think P4 is deserved, and that is not bad considering we started quite a way back. But then I had a look at that replay. Let's have a look then where I brake, because the 50-meter board is my marker. That it always has been. Let's go into the cockpit. There we go. You know, I even start to brake a little bit before the 50-meter board, and that is really where, you know, I usually brake. But yeah, as I said, the car behind is always at fault. I tried to avoid him, couldn't do it, tapped his rear end. He must have been furious, and yeah, I definitely understand that. I can definitely understand his frustration. I would have been really frustrated as well. But hopefully I learn from it and do better next time, as we see the results here. Not too bad. I started in 18th place. In the end, managed to finish in 4th place with a strength of field of 3130. I got some points as well on my license, so not too bad at all. I hope you have enjoyed the video. I certainly did. If you have enjoyed the video, I would appreciate a like. Also, we are now above 3000 iRating, so that's not too bad. I think I was before, or above 3000 before, but I dropped below 3000. But anyway, we got up again. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you have enjoyed it, and see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.